Welcome to our annual pre-stock show members call. I'm Doug Jones, chairman of the board of the Western Stock Show Association, and I could not be more pleased not only to welcome you, but give you some terrific updates on some exciting things that happen to be going on at the National Western. You'll see behind us construction of the Sue Anschutz Rogers Livestock Center, and it's well underway. And if you haven't seen it, it's going to knock your socks off and probably your boots as well when you come out to Stock Show in January. And of course, connecting directly to the Livestock Center is your new home, The Legacy. Tremendous progress has been made on our new world headquarters, and you'll hear more about that in the later remarks. But now, let me turn the program over to our president and CEO, Paul Andrews, to give you an update on Stock Show.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. A pleasure to see you members online today. I'm going to give you a quick update on the National Western Stock Show, the 119th edition of the National Western Stock Show coming up this January. First of all, you'll be excited to know that ticket sales are up $400,000 over last year at this same time. We are tracking way ahead of last year on ticket sales. So if you've not gotten your rodeo tickets or your horse show tickets, I would recommend you doing that very soon. Another all-time record has been set in our sponsorship department. For the 13th consecutive year, sponsorship has hit a new all-time number. And we do have a new deal with Ford Motor Company over in the Coliseum. So those of you coming to our rodeo will not see Ram this year or for the next 3 years. We have a new deal with Ford. And again, those of you in the Expo Hall side will see Chevrolet as usual. Chevy and Ford, two great partners. Chevy on the Stock Show side with the Expo Hall and the grounds over here, and Ford in the rodeo arena. We're appreciative of both of them. Our livestock entries are up 16% over last year. So we are going to have an amazing show at the Super Bowl of Livestock Shows right here when we get to this January. In addition, our trade show is once again 100% sold out. We have about 20 to 30 new vendors this year, so I'll encourage all of you to enjoy a lot of the new things along with the traditional things that we so love here at the National Western at our trade show. The horse show entries, they're strong across every single competition, every class. Our ticket sales for the horse shows are very strong, as I noted earlier, and it is the 30th anniversary of freestyle reining. So those of you that want to celebrate an amazing competition with our freestyle competition, please get that early since it's opening weekend. I remind everyone that we recently completed our economic impact from a company called CSI, and they once again proved how amazing this 119 years of the National Western has grown to be an economic impact for the Denver metro area. So those of you can confidently walk around Stock Show explaining to people that this show creates $171 million in economic impact for the Denver metro area in the 16 days of our show. I dare say there will never be an event in the state of Colorado that ever does that, and you can mark my words on that. Those of you that were not able to pick up your badges in the November timeframe, all badges were mailed as of last week. So all of you that did not pick up your badges, you should have them in the mail prior to Christmas. So if not, call us after Christmas and we'll put a tracking on that mail. The Sue Anschutz Rogers building directly behind me is on track and due to open around November 1st of 2025. This will mark the first time in our history that the hill and the yards are married. No longer will our exhibitors in the yards have to come all the way up to the hill to show their animals in our stock show. They can just walk a mere 30 to 40 feet from the yards over to the new Sue Anschutz Rogers Livestock Center. This will mark a new time in history that we can celebrate together at our livestock show. I'm excited to announce that the new equestrian center and hotel that will be accompanying the equestrian center has been fully designed. There will be a vote of City Council in the first quarter of next year, meaning 2025, to approve both the Equestrian Center and the hotel. The hotel has about 160 rooms. It will be attached to the barns of the Equestrian Center, and all of our exhibitors can stall their animals and then go up to their hotel room, especially in the summer months when most of these shows are going to occur. So look for that in 2025 first quarter. Construction will begin on the new Equestrian Center and hotel in early 2026, likely after the 26th National Western Stock Show. And finally, we have sold the land that we have owned for decades at 58th and Franklin. Many of you know that as a lot that our volunteers have parked in. It's about a 10-acre lot. We sold that land so that we could use those funds to build a new parking garage just over my shoulder. We're going to be building a garage right adjacent to the Livestock Exchange building. We're shooting to have 400 spaces in that garage. It will be a parking lot for our members exclusively during Stock Show. And throughout the rest of the year, it will also be a parking garage to support events in the Legacy building. We believe we're going to drive revenue that we've never driven before out of this new parking garage. And it was a great use of the funds from 58th and Franklin to build this new parking structure. We anticipate it to be operational sometime during the 2026 year. At this point, I'd like to introduce Chairman Jones to conclude the meeting.
Thank you, Paul. Let me add my greetings from Denver, where we are hard at work getting ready to see you all next month. I want you to do three things in my report today. First, provide you with a few updates. Secondly, I want to inform you about the strategic planning and work that we have embarked upon these past 6 months. And lastly, I want to talk to you about what I refer to as our once-in-a-lifetime opportunity coming in January of 2026. First, a few updates. The fur and slaughterhouse ban. There were two ballot issues that the Denver voters saw and appear on the ballots this past fall. The fur and slaughterhouse ban. I want to thank all of those who helped, voted, and defeated these measures, who supported these campaigns financially. And a special thanks goes out to Pat Grant, who raised tireless money and efforts to make this the reality and defeat this. Make no mistake, these people will be back, and our Western way of life is fragile and constantly under attack. And this is an existential threat to who we are. But rest assured, we are already preparing for the next battle to protect, preserve, and promote our Western heritage and culture. The President and CEO search update. We've hired a national firm, Heidrick & Struggles. We're working daily with them and pursuing a very thoughtful and very comfortable process. Paul is with us until the time that we bring on a new president and CEO, so there's no rush to judgment here. This will be a thoughtful process, and probably well after the stock show before an announcement of any type is made. Last May, at our Western Stock Show board retreat, we created 6 task forces that would look at key areas we need to be focused on really to get ready for and prepared for the 2026 show. But actually the work, and especially the results, will carry us forward for many years. You see on the screen now the 6 task forces that were assembled. From these 6 groups, we worked on tirelessly throughout the summer and into the fall, convening more than 25 times in total, and came away with 5 strategic areas that we will be focusing on moving forward, including marketing communications, the customer experience, livestock, membership, transitioning into the new facility, especially transitioning into the new Legacy building. We now have a draft plan that is by no means finished or complete. You will serve as our compass, it will serve as our compass, our North Star, if you will, for our work in the coming year and beyond. We also completed a SWOT analysis, which served as the foundation of our work, really digging into our strengths, our weaknesses, our opportunities, and our threats. And we have developed a new vision, mission, value statement, which I am pleased to share with you today. You will gradually start seeing these used throughout the coming year, and we will do a major rollout that will be coordinated with our new marketing campaign coming in late summer of 2025. And we also developed a new tagline, "We are the West." Thank you to everyone who chaired, co-chaired, and were part of this effort. You see these names on your screen now. I am so happy to report that everyone felt so strongly about continuing this work that the task forces will be sunsetting at the end of this month and reconvene as the standing committees of the board in 2025. And we'll also be adding to our work by digging into equestrian, rodeo, education, and sponsorship in the first quarter of 2025. And finally, I want to say a few words about what is coming in 2026. Despite keeping a laser-like focus on our 2025 show, we have begun to think about the once-in-a-lifetime opportunity coming our way in January of 2026, January 10th to be exact, the opening of the Sue Anschutz Rogers Livestock Center and the opening of the Legacy. They will be spectacular beyond any comprehension. Let me end by saying thank you. You are our lifeblood, and we appreciate all the support you provide. Now, I'd like to turn it over to my friend, Pete Coors, for an update on the Honoring the Legacy campaign. But before I do, I want to share with you a little video of what your new home will look like. Some of you have probably seen this before, but I have to tell you, it never gets old taking this virtual tour. So with that, please roll the video, and then you will hear some updates from Pete. Thank you, and remember, we are the West.
When we started the capital campaign, it was immediately clear that as impressive as the vision for the new National Western Center was, there was something missing: a building for the Western Stock Show Association, its members, staff, the art, the club. So we embarked upon designing a new world headquarters that would symbolize the West at its best. I'm Pete Coors, chairman of Honoring the Legacy campaign, and it's my pleasure to take you on a tour of the Legacy Building. Standing 4 stories tall, over 100,000 square feet, and located at Main and Main, there's no better representation of a new day dawning for the National Western Stock Show. Our exterior is comprised of weathered steel, stone, glass, and accents of warm wood. All of these exterior materials are grounded with local Colorado buff sandstone. As we approach the Legacy Building, you see the future site of our Armed Forces Memorial, designed by Colorado artist Gail Falwell, to honor those who have served and continue to serve our great country. And here we are on the West Plaza at our main front door. You can already see the Grant family monumental staircase in the Legacy Hall. At nearly 5,000 square feet, the Legacy Hall will be the grand entry point for visitors. It will be the active hub of the building and the campus. To the left is the future home of the Legacy Saloon. If you have any questions or need any help, you'll find it at the Dick and Eddie Robinson reception desk. And now let's step inside the Wold Family Heritage Center. This will be the place to honor the Western way of life by highlighting the enormous National Western Archives. This will also be home to the William Valbrock Theater. Combined, we now have a place to celebrate the people who make up the West and actually hear, in their words, about their lives, families, and why the National Western is so important to them. Just past the Land Title Guarantee Company Bank of Elevators, we come upon the Nancy and Doug Jones family fireplace, one of 4 massive stone fireplaces in the building. And now into the Catherine and J. Robert Wilson Art Gallery. For the first time in our history, we will have a permanent home for the National Western's Coors Western Art Collection. Designed to American Alliance of Museum standards, we will now be able to partner with any number of museums and organizations to enhance our collection and plan special exhibits. Now come with me to the second floor. Welcome to the conference and meeting floor. Before we go any further, take note that this space is the future home of the Companies of the West Wall. Now let's go into the American Values Conference Center, a cornerstone of the second floor. In this versatile space of nearly 10,000 square feet, we'll create unique and multifaceted exhibits with a focus on American values, the U.S. Constitution, American history, the history of the West, and special displays that pay homage to military and Native American history. This dovetails nicely with our educational mission. Now to the other end of the floor, we find the Mayer Family Conference Suite, which will be one of the most used flexible spaces in our building. The visibility from this space is terrific. You see the intersection of Betty Cram Drive and the plaza, and also get a view of our CSU neighbors. As we head down the hall, we'll be walking through the future site of the Toynton Family Citizen of the West Gallery. Finally, we will have a place to rotate displays of our recipients throughout the year. At the end of this hallway, you'll find the Walt Imhoff Reflection Space for anyone who desires some quiet, contemplative space. Let's check out the Nick Petrie Boardroom next. This will be quite the upgrade from our beloved VIP room and used exclusively for Western Stock Show Association board meetings and activities. Come on, jump in the elevator with me. We're going straight to 4. The third floor consists of the staff offices and even a gym, the Andrews Family Fitness Center. And while they are spectacular, I just can't wait to get you to the club and buy you a beer. Welcome to the McNicholas Family Club floor, the pinnacle of our tour. As we head towards the club reception hall, you can see one of the 8 bars in the building. You're walking past the magnificent 14-foot tall entry doors, which is where those Tier 1 brands will live. And now, welcome to your new home, the National Western Club. 35-foot tall ceilings at the peak of the roof and the skylights, all exposed wood. There will be seating for over 600, 2 monumental stone fireplaces. The new National Western Club will rival any space west of the Mississippi, and I might say even east. There will be custom chandeliers and wall sconces throughout. Notice how the sun will pour in through skylights. Quite a significant difference from what we have now. The new club will be utterly unique and memorable space. Western hospitality at its best. You catch a glimpse of 2 bars, and I should note there will be a new executive dining room in the club thanks to Carla and Pat Grant. And now I invite you to look down into the CoBank Arena in the Sue Anschutz Rogers Livestock Center. This vantage point provides excellent views into the arena, down to the floor. Let's go outside and enjoy some time on the Denise O'Leary and Kent Thiry South Terrace. Now back inside, you see the future home of the Legacy Brick Program display. Each of these bricks were salvaged from our historic yards. And now, welcome to the Colleen and Fred Orr Western Lounge. Now this is a Western Lounge, complete with the members bar spanning more than 25 feet. Let's head outside to my favorite, the Coors Family West Terrace. How cool is this? This will be a covered but not enclosed terrace. But not to worry, 3 huge fire pits and an outdoor fireplace will keep you warm, especially during stock show weather. The views from this terrace are remarkable, and I can guarantee that this will be one of the most occupied and fun spaces in the entire building. The National Western Stock Show is an enduring brand that truly represents the values, work ethic, integrity, and heritage of the West at its best. So does the Legacy Building. So, we are coming to the end of our tour. I hope you've enjoyed our quick journey. And as I leave you, I ask one thing, that you simply imagine what we can build, grow, become, and do in our new home. Thanks for joining me. Thank you, Doug. And I agree. That video of our new home never gets old. And let me add my welcome to all of you watching this. Just like the rest of the Stock Show team, the campaign is hard at work getting everything in place for the 2025 Stock Show. I want to provide you with a few updates and then focus the majority of my report on what the campaign has in store for Stock Show 2025. First, let me give you an update on where we stand. As of today, we've raised more than $121 million towards our $150 million goal, and we have just over 1,200 donors. Now, before I go any further, let me say thank you. Every gift counts and matters, and it's through the support of our donors that we are more than 80% of the way towards our goal. While the video you just saw gives a great depiction of the legacy, let me tell you things have really changed since we did that. Last year at this time, we had not even broken ground on the legacy, and this past September, we raised the final beam. We have now selected every paint color, every fixture, all the flooring and all the furniture. We're working on where we will hang art throughout the building, figuring out where all those plaques you see in the current club will live in the legacy, and trying to figure out how to plan for all the ribbons that need to be cut. That work is going to be really fun and a real challenge. When you come to Stock Show this year, you will see a 60-foot construction trailer that will be near the site of the legacy. It will be filled with all those finishes, examples of our furnishings, images of our 8 bars. You'll really be able to get a sense of what our new home will look like on the inside. And what's more, you can actually take a tour of the new facility. During Stock Show, we'll be hosting several lunches on the new site, as well as an open house on the afternoon of January 20th, where anyone can come by for a tour. We are planning a Companies of the West luncheon, our annual Cowboy Ethics meets business luncheon with Colorado Concern, and we'll have a special event for our equestrian friends and the final unveiling of the final renderings of the new equestrian center. We'll be back in the yards talking with exhibitors, getting more videos to show in the Valbroth Theater, located in the Wald Heritage Center. And speaking of that, we'll be hosting our annual archives event just for our members the weekend of January 18th. This gives you a perfect glimpse of what is to come in the Wald Heritage Center. We'll host the 3rd annual Cowgirls and Cocktails event that is part of the campaign's new Women of the National Western effort. That event has simply exploded and proven that there is certainly demand for a women's only event here at the Stock Show. If you're a donor of $5,000 or more, keep a lookout for our special event that last Saturday of Stock Show. We're calling it Last Call. We'll lift one more glass, or maybe a few more, and toast the National Western Club and Bar that we have all loved for so many years. And we have also kicked our fundraising into high gear to finish the naming rights within the Sue Anschutz Rogers Livestock Center. Thanks much to Pat Shaw, who is chairing that effort. We owe much and huge thanks to Pat and everyone involved in this committee. We especially owe our gratitude to Sue for stepping up and naming this amazing new facility, and to CoBank for naming the arena and Junior Livestock Auction Arena. We'll be offering tours of that facility as well during Stock Show, and let me tell you, if you've not seen the inside of that building, you can hardly believe just how big and grand that new facility is going to be. And I would be remiss if I did not remind you that at the end of Stock Show, our Bricks and Brands campaigns will come to an end. Unbelievably, it's time for us to start getting those bricks inscribed and the brand burned into leather and wood. So this stock show is your last opportunity to buy a brick for $500 for the wall. It will be located on the 4th floor, or a saloon brick for the $1,000 that will be placed in the Legacy Saloon. And we have a ways to go, several more million to raise, more naming rights to secure, and more legacies to be left. But we will get there. Of that I am 100% confident. This campaign ends July 4th, 2026, marking 10 years of the effort. Just as January of 2026 represents a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, so too has this campaign. There will not be another opportunity to connect your legacy, your name, your family or ranch's name or brand to the National Western. If you want more information, visit our website, and we will be out in full force throughout Stock Show. So stop by our campaign headquarters located directly outside the club. Once again, thank you so much, and I hope to see you all during Stock Show.
You probably will recognize where we're standing right now. We're in the National Western Club. Comes January 2025, this coming stock show, this will be the last time we're able to use this National Western Club. Don't be concerned, certain pieces of art, certain plaques of recognition will follow us to the new Legacy building. We've been in here since 1972, and we're going to respect and admire these great years of been here, the memories that have been here in the National Western Club.
And as we close in on the last year of the club in this location, we are going to commemorate that with a few things. Number one, there'll be a lapel pin that's passed out to members as you come into the club and have lunch this year. So look for the lapel pin commemorating the years of the club that have been in existence really since 1972. The second thing, there will be a champagne toast on January 25th at noon. So for those of you that are planning on coming to dine with us that day on the final Saturday, enjoy the champagne toast in here, noon on January 25th.
Now we're leaving this beloved club with this wonderful bar. We're going to a new facility at the Legacy. We're going to have 8 bars. We're going to have a lot of fun and look forward to that. But for now, here's cheers to our old club. Cheers!
Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining us today during this member meeting. If you've got any questions, any thoughts that you can share with us, please go to the chat room and we will get back to you within 24 hours. Have a great Christmas holiday season, and we look forward to seeing you in January at the National Western Stock Show.